Like Jay, my brother, my
Stress.
fucking brother.
Stress, man. Stress.
You know, I when we spoke, before we started, before we came on live here, we spoke briefly, and I said, even while the game was going on, I was already making my thumbnails. I just wrote Newcastle 1, Arsenal 0. I give up, and that's the dumbest thing I've done all year. Giving up on my own bloody team, you know.
Man.
You wouldn't blame me because at some point Newcastle went five at the back. It looked like, even if we scored, it wasn't going to be beyond the goal, and but ultimately I don't want to dwell on the negatives, man, what a game of football from game one, from minute 1 to the 90th minute. Your initial thoughts, brother, what the hell happened?
Man. Thank you, Diego, for having me today. Brother, my blood pressure cuff should be somewhere around here because I kept checking my blood pressure.
Oh
This
yes,
is
oh
it
yes,
was stressful today, brother. It was
PTSD and
stressful.
stuff.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I have to start by bigging the manager up because
Mm.
he has been under the stick for about a week and a half now, since after the last game, his lineup, and I'm glad that the same Merino, everybody criticized him, about, bringing him in the lineup, starting him over some
Uncle I, sorry,
so
sorry, sorry.
I'm not even gonna mention you today because there's a lot. Yeah, but it's good to see Merino putting that kind of display, right?
Mm,
I kept saying to a lot of people, he's not the greatest of them strikers, he's not the greatest of them midfielders, right? But there's something about Merino, he finds himself in good positions. That was
mm.
why I compared him to Michael Carrick in the past, and yeah, he showed it today. He showed his quality. He brought us back in the game.
Calm down, Michael
Uh,
Carrick.
uh,
Calm
no.
down.
I'm talking in terms of positioning. In
Okay,
terms
okay,
of
okay,
positioning, I'm not
okay,
saying he's as great as Michael Carrick
okay,
now.
okay,
In terms of positioning,
okay.
don't
Thank
twist my.
you for clarifying.
Yeah, yes,
Because
yeah.
some people are
So,
going to take this and just run with
oh
it.
yeah,
Okay.
Also, the bandwagon fans who keep
Yeah.
mentioning Matt Nodegaard. We all saw it today. Nobody
Mm,
should ever question Matt Nodegaard.
mm.
what he brings in this Arsenal side is different. You know,
I agree.
yeah, the forward passes, the pass to Miles Lewis Kelly,
Mhm,
the corner kick, the assist for the goal. I mean, it was fantastic. Jokeres as well, doing what is needed. That's no, number 9 presence that we have lacked,
mm,
in a very long time. He gave us that presence. He did all was needed. He kept them on their toes. He made those defenders defend
mm.
today. Those second balls and all whatnot. Yeah, he was fantastic on the day, and man, I'm not sure if I should mention that penalty claim. Probably my blood pressure might go up again. But
Yeah, let's talk about the penalty real quickly. In fact, when I was making my own afterthought reaction, match reaction after the game, one person I failed to give shout out to was Gerard Gillett. If not for the censorship on this program, I would have given him the middle finger. VAR to is meant to limit mistakes.
I agree.
It's meant to. How can you look at that and said because I don't even understand because he couldn't have access to the ball after he had beat the man. It doesn't even make sense. Is it a foul or is it not a foul? That's my question. That's number one. And then, like we discussed over the phone, first 4 5 minutes in the game, that foul from Joe Linton, that was the same foul that was that they gave against Saka few minutes after the fact. So it just feels like there is. I'm beginning to believe that there is an agenda against Arsenal Football Club because this is no longer normal. In broad daylight, you took all the time. You went to look through. You saw there was a good. In fact, we because at the end of when I was looking at it, Jokeris got to the ball first. He beat the man. Yes, he might not have scored, but he would have gotten the ball and given a back pass to Saka, who was a free man, and we could have scored from that. If he's denying him that goal scoring opportunity, it's definitely a foul. It's definitely a penalty. So at what
How
point?
would you say it wasn't clear and obvious? Yet you spent 3 minutes in the VAR. Make that make sense. What were you doing in that VAR? What were they telling you on your mic? And you say it's not clear and obvious. Yet you spent a lot of time there. That was a bloody penalty, if you ask me. He got the ball. Yes, the ball was still in play. Gyökeres could have gotten the ball. Saka was still in the area to get that ball. So what are you talking about? It wasn't a clearance from the goalkeeper. That was a shocking decision from the VAR.
So
The
where did he go
referee,
there
the
to what?
referee, the referee gave that penalty because he saw what happened. And then they took a couple of minutes trying to convince him over his mic that that wasn't a penalty. It was a shocking decision from the VAR.
I just figured that he went to the VAR. They did a three-way call with the girlfriend. They started flirting because they didn't watch that thing.
I think that was what happened.
Yeah,
I
they
think that was
just
what
they
happened.
just put they just put mojo for them, and they started just
I think that was what, because
because I don't understand what they were watching.
my
I
goodness, that
He
was
was clear.
shocking.
The knee locked. He went for
That
the
was
knee,
shocking.
and you just went there and you said it's not because he was probably not going to get to the ball. Whatever the reason was, it
It's
is
not
it's
clear and
just.
obvious, yet you spent 3 minutes
What were
looking
you
at
checking
it.
for three
What were you
minutes? If it's
checking?
not clear and obvious.
What were you checking?
What
Brother, it is
what
just
would
shocking.
have happened if we lost that game?
I mean,
Like
probably expect an
I was
apology
like,
from PGMOL. It has happened before. It has happened before, and they'll say, sorry, there was a miscommunication. They'll look for one bullshit to talk. Brother, I'm just glad we won the game. On to the next one.
uh, the positives. The goal we considered. For me, I think we've had this conversation before. Mascara on the day would have done better. I just thought he played the occasion and not the game, and I'm surprised because he's played in a worse atmosphere in Anfield, and that back pass. It just reminded me of Tomiyasu 3 years ago against Spurs.
Right.
But it is what it is. He made the mistake. Gabriel made
It
another
wasn't. It
blunder.
wasn't. It wasn't a mistake. It wasn't a mistake. Don't get me wrong. Right.
What
It was
wasn't
a.
a mistake? The
It was.
Gabriel.
No. Mascara.
No, that was a mistake. That was meant to be a back pass to the to Raya.
Right. It
That's a
was a
mistake.
miscue. It was a miscue.
Yeah.
Let's
That's
call it what it is, right? We have
yeah.
defended corners before. We should be able to defend that corner. Let's not put it on Mosquera like he played badly in the game. He was excellent in the game. But
Um.
this is a physical side, right? We also how physical the game was. Saliba is our best defender. He has been in these situations and he has even lost in these situations. So playing Mosquera, right, was I think a great decision from Arteta,
No, I
stemming
don't think
from
you
the
understand
fact
what I'm
that
saying. No,
no,
that's a great decision. No, of course, I'm not arguing that it's not. Of course, I'm just saying that I think he played the occasion because that miscued back pass
but we would
was.
have. There was no excuse not to have defended that.
Oh,
Gabriel
but we
made a
could have.
nuisance of himself.
We could have, but Gabriel, for some reason, decided to
That's
just
what I'm
fall
saying.
on the
He made a
floor.
nuisance of himself. We should
No,
have
no,
defended that
that was.
corner pretty good. We play for each other, even if he had miscued, even if it was a mistake, whatever it was, right? And it was a corner kick. It wasn't a direct involvement of goal or whatever, right? Defend the corner kick. Defend it. Play
But
as if this is the final play of the game. Defend that corner kick. It's as simple as that.
let's
I'm
not
just
dwell on the negative too much because,
because I,
bro,
I have I went online. I saw a lot of Arsenal, fans calling on the fire. Hey, you all said he was better than Saliba. What not?
nobody
Nah,
said that.
nah. That's not
No, no,
it
no,
of
no,
the day.
nobody said that.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Anybody saying that
Yo,
is
I'm
just
telling you. I'm telling you. I'm telling you.
no,
Go
no.
to the Arsenal handle on Instagram and
They
see what's
probably
going
just
on.
too emotional, man. You know how we can get
Yeah,
when
yeah.
things don't go away. But how? Oh my God, what a way to rewrite the
Hey,
mistake.
hey, I have something to point out. Let me
Please
tell
do.
you something crazy. I don't know if I'm the only person that noticed it today. Did
Mm.
anyone notice Bruno Guimaraes handball in the dying minutes of the game?
They said it
Am I
was.
crazy
They
or
said it was the
or
body to hand. The same thing that happened against
what
Salah.
the?
The same thing that happened with Salah and Crystal Palace. Hand of God.
Ooh, sir. I
Like,
shouldn't. I can't cuss on this day, man. It's a Sunday, but I'm telling you,
yeah,
man.
yeah.
This PGMOL, they
Keep
are
the
bloody
Saturday
getting on
holy,
my
brother.
nerves, man. I'm telling you.
It was a bloody. But anyway, they will argue. They will argue Gabriel's. But that, of course, what else? What else was he supposed to do with his hand?
man.
What else was
Oh
he
well.
supposed to do with his hand? But anyway, let's not even dwell on the negatives. Let's talk about the comeback. Let's talk about the substitution. You see, in all the substitution, I called the substitution. The only thing I didn't see happening was taking Trossard off for MLS. You see that goal that MLS missed? You would expect Trossard to convert that goal, at least shoot on target. But it is what it is. I thought the substitutions were spot on. Kudos to Arteta. When he gets it right, I give him a standing ovation. What do you, I mean, please, can you quickly praise these boys for their grit, for their tenacity, for their willingness, their intentionality coming back, and not just, normal Arteta would balance that 1-1 and just sit back and manage the game and be okay with a 1-1. After all, the St. James's Park. But we kept pushing, we kept pressing,
Diego,
we kept moving forward.
I gotta tell you, the game, after the game, you can see the emotions. It spoke for itself. And they're gonna go into the dressing room and they're gonna start to believe, like,
Hmm.
hey, we can do this.
I was
They
going to
did
ask you that.
this. They
Do you
did
think this is a
this.
turning point?
Yes, yes, it is. It should
Okay.
be. This is at St. James's Park.
I can't
We've
remember
lost
the last time we won here.
exactly. So the thing is that
That will be the
they
1-0 Odegaard, that weak shot 2 was it 2 or 3 years ago?
3 years ago. It has to
3
be
years
three
ago,
years
that
ago. Yeah.
1-0,
Yeah.
yeah.
So they are beginning to believe. They are beginning to ask themselves questions now, like,
Mm,
hey, I think we can go all the way. I think we can do this. If we
yeah.
can put in this kind of performance, and we saw what Declan Rice did, right? When he was playing as a number 6, if they are going forward, we saw him tracking back and like, hey, I got it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna track back. Brilliant from him. Brilliant. When we took off Zubimendi, we saw how Declan Rice integrated himself into that role. It was as if he was playing a 10, a 6. He was everywhere in the
Mm,
pitch today, and I applaud him for that. I can't
mm,
even. I'm not sure I can. If there's a way to have 11 man of the match awards, I would give it out to all the players today because I can't single out a player from the striker Jokeres to the goalkeeper. Everybody put in a shift.
mm,
That physical battle Newcastle we are known for. We brought it today. And you saw what happened.
yeah.
You saw what happened. They came in with the physicality in the first half. The boys were like, okay, all right, look at what Saliba did to Livramento. Unlucky for the lad, I think he might be out for a lengthy spell, right? But
Mm.
then again, yeah, this is us bringing that physicality, right? Also,
He can play the game.
Look at what Gabriel did to Volta Mede.
Mm,
Before the game started, he went to him. He tried to rough him up a little bit, and
mm,
what did he do? He ended up sulking and complaining to the referee, right? When they bring in physicality like that, you got to show them, like, hey, okay, we can do this too.
yeah.
Bring in that bully game, bully
Yeah.
them off the ball, whatever it takes. We saw what Saliba did during the last kick of the game. He was pulling every shed, pulling everybody. You're not going to get past me. This
Mm,
is where we need Saliba. I'm not
okay.
saying Mosquera wouldn't have been the guy, but
Mhm.
what Saliba did, my goodness, no defender in the world can be able to pull that kind of presence at that particular moment.
Because of time, I have two more questions. But before I ask you the penultimate question, I just wanted to borrow a leaf from what you just said about not knowing who to give the man of the match performance to in our 11 players. See, I just remembered what Ateta said in the press conference 2 weeks ago when he said we have the most attacking goalkeeper. Raya kept
Oof.
attacking.
Oof.
Raya kept attacking. He reminded me of Nwabali.
Yep.
Mm.
Yeah, exactly.
I
exactly.
wasn't sure if I
Exactly.
was watching a
Exactly.
basketball or
He,
a
he didn't
handball.
stop. He didn't stop. He kept
He kept attacking. So
all
kudos
his
to
long
him.
balls were spot on to
And he
Jokeres.
was on
And I
target to
think,
Jokeres.
yeah, and I think Jokeres won like 50, maybe 60% of his battle.
Oh yes, but
Yeah,
obviously because Jokeres is a bit too mechanic, he's not too flexible. You see him control the ball and give the back pass or give the
right,
side passes
right,
and run into
right,
space.
right.
And then you talk about the left. Calafiori didn't have the best of game, but it happens. It happens. I think at some point he became frustrated. There was a ball
Right.
that he was going to cross and he just shut it off. And then we have our centre backs, Mosquera, decent game. He will be better. He will learn from it. He's just a
Yeah,
21-year-old
yeah,
lad.
yeah. Yeah,
Timber
of course.
was immense. Timber was immense. Gabriel Saliba when he
I
came
don't
back.
know if I should say this. I know there are some decent right backs in the world. We have the likes of guy in PSG and
Ashraf Hakimi.
Ashraf Hakimi.
Is Hakimi a right back or a wing back? I mean,
No,
it's not
he's a right back. He's a solid right
by
back.
trade.
Yeah,
Mm.
he's a right back. We have to do it in Inter Milan. And his countryman too, But I think I would say Timber is the best right back in the world.
So you're automatically telling me that Ben White is now a bench player.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. I mean,
Mm.
we've known this from last season.
But a lot of people will argue this and say his combination with Saka on the right is
Yeah,
immense.
there's in some games, yeah, we need Ben White. In some
Yeah,
games, yeah, games like today, he would have been bullied off the ball. Games like
this,
today,
this is a good problem to have.
yeah.
But I say all this to say to give kudos to Declan Rice, dude.
Oof,
When they sang we paid half the price, we actually paid half the price.
bro,
That guy was, he was today he was the
bro,
number 8, he was the number 6, he was the left
bro.
back, he was the
He
number 10, he
has
was the left wing
Declan
forward. He
Rice. I
was
don't.
everywhere. He
I
was
can't
everywhere.
begin to phantom. I don't. I think he has so many lungs. We don't even know how many right now.
How does he not get injured? Oh my god. Thank you, Lord, for Declan
Apart
Rice.
from injury, how does he not get tired?
They call him the horse for a reason.
How does he not get that horse in terms of in the bedroom or bruh, I'm
Hey.
telling you, man, it's crazy. It's crazy.
So,
When I look at him play and
mm,
I look at him sprint in the
mm,
90th minute, I'm like, didn't this dude start the game?
mm,
You get what I'm saying? So
yeah,
I'm like, what is going on? How did we buy this guy for 100 million? How? How is he worth 100 million? He's worth more.
he's definitely worth more.
He's worth more. If you can buy Florian Vids for 100 and what 20 or 130 million,
007.
dou- you know, then them lads have the nerve to go at Declan Rice. He's the best English player at this point. At this point.
Brother, because of time, please quickly give us your final thoughts and tell us, just in a nutshell, what your final thoughts are of the game.
Yeah, great game. I'll give every Arsenal player 10 out of 10. The
Mm,
referees are getting the boots. They're getting a zero in this game. Absolute disgrace, all of them.
yeah.
All of them. PGMO, the one in the sidelines, the linesmen, even
The
the ones
VAR.
arguing their dogs, whatever. All of them zero. I don't bloody care at this point, man.
Yeah. For me, I'll say this is one of the best weekends this year. For me,
I agree. I agree.
Tottenham drew their game.
I agree.
Chelsea
Oh, the
3-1.
hate watch was successful yesterday.
Oh, I am going to comfort. You know what I'm about to do after now. I'm about to turn on my YouTube. I'm gonna watch all the hate
Oh
alongs.
yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, it's about to
Okay.
be a perfect. This weekend is a match. This is the best weekend by far this year. Oh, I'm just gonna. I don't
Liverpool
want to use
got the
the.
stick.
Oh,
Chelsea, oh, dearly
this
beloved
is the
Chelsea.
first time in a while that we're leveraging on a title contending team that has scaled off, and we try to
Right,
bridge the gap.
right,
Normal Arsenal would have an opportunity, and we just let it
right,
go. I
right,
want to also give kudos to Arteta for not putting the handbrake on this game. He, even when Merino scored, we kept pushing.
right,
We kept pushing. We leveraged on the fact that they have made all their defensive substitution,
right,
leaving just bands, and we
right,
kept attacking. I didn't
right.
understand the Lewis Kelly substitution, but it still paid off anyway at the
Yeah,
end
yeah.
of the day.
To balance the team, because
Yeah, so because I was going to play, I was personally, I'm not the coach, but I was thinking he was going to play Gabriel left back and drop Rice in a situation where we're defending and play three-man defense
no,
and
but
play Rice
remember,
forward.
Zubimendi was already off,
Yeah,
so
that's what I'm
Rice.
saying. Leave him
Okay,
alone. Let
right,
Merino and the
right,
rest
right,
just go all the way.
right.
So I'm happy he did something similar.
Oh yeah,
He
kudos to
kept
Ateta, man.
going, he kept going, he
Kudos,
kept going,
kudos to him.
and like I said, kudos to Ateta, kudos to the boys,
Brilliant
kudos to
from
the
him.
team. St. James's Park, I think that's that Newcastle. You can understand the atmosphere, the best team in the city.
Yep.
Hence why they have all the fans in the world, the atmosphere. And I hate where they hang our fans. We don't do like that in Emirates. They just hang us somewhere. But still, you can hear us fighting. You can
Yep.
hear us
Yep.
wailing,
Yep.
jeering, gingering the boys up. And we were able to emit that energy. Enemy transmission, guys. Enemy transmission, guys. We're able to transmit that energy, guys.
Yes.
Hey, come on, you Gunners. I'm excited. I can't wait for Wednesday. Olympiacos will go collect. Olympiacos will go collect. Shana Wednesday.
Oh man.
You go here.
Oh
They're
man.
gonna learn.
They're gonna learn the hard way.
They're gonna learn the hard way. Okay. Thank
Horse.
you, Jamie. Thank you, Jamie, for joining today's
Yeah.
conversation.
Thank you for having me, brother.
And guys, if you don't want to learn the hard way, you have no choice. You have to like, you have to subscribe, you have to share, and you gotta follow us. Let us grow this wonderful platform. The best is yet to come. Thank you for joining us as usual. We appreciate it, and thank you for the love. Love for the love, guys. Thank you so much.